Hello everyone, this is Chef Coding, and today we will be talking about modules and function definition in Erlang. And to make that possible, I will be using Visual Studio Code Editor, some extensions if you want to download. Maybe the only one which will be important for you a bit is Erlang ls. This is extension which I'm using, and this is the only one which you would need to write code with me. Okay. So, what is module in Erlang? The modules are storing our function definitions, and when we want to call some function, we firstly need to define from which module we want to call it. To make some example, let's create module. To create module, we need to create file, and name of this file is also name of our module, and also the name of module has to be an atom. And as you remember, I hope, atom has to start with lowercase letter. And my module I will call hello world. And important thing, every module file in Erlang has extension RL. To make valid module, we need to define some attributes to it. We are defining attributes after slash, and first and most important attribute is attribute module, open brackets, and here we need to input the name of our module, which is name of our file. This has to be equal to each other. This is important. Next, I will input attribute export with brackets, and for now I will input here an empty list, and every attribute has to end with dot, also just like any expression in Erlang. Okay, and now we are ready to write some function definition. Let's start with something easy. Every function in Erlang has to start with name, which also needs to be atom. So we are starting with lowercase letter, and my function will be named print hello. Okay, next after name we need to put brackets, and here inside these brackets we are going to pass some arguments to our function, but my function will not take any arguments. That's why I'm not inputting any variables here. And after that we need to type this kind of arrow with dash and greater than sign. Okay. And now we can write any expression in Erlang we like. We can start with 2 plus 2, and every function has to end with dot, as you expected probably. Okay, and now we are almost ready to use function, but let's try to compile this module. I'm opening a new terminal, and please make sure you are in the same directory where you placed your module. If you are sure, then enter the Erlang shell by ERL. And now to compile this module, we need to use function, which is called C, open brackets. Now we need to import the name of our module, which we want to compile. And our name is hello world. Okay, and let's put dot to execute, and we got warning, print hello dash 0 is unused. And it may seem weird, but it's actually true. Our function, to be called outside of this module, has to be exported. This is why I typed this attribute. Here in the list, we need to define function which we want to export, which is placed in our module. So I want to use this function. To do that, I need to input here its name, so print hello. And also, functions in Erlang are defined by its name, but also are defined by number of arguments which it takes. So my function is not taking any arguments. So after slash, we need to put number of arguments which it takes. My takes none, so I am inputting 0. Now we are totally ready to compile this file. Once again, let's input in our Erlang shell C hello world. And yes, now we got message okay, hello world is compiled, no warning messages. That's great. Now to call function, we need to input firstly a module name, where is this function, so hello world. After that colon, and now we need to input a name of function which we want to call. My function is print hello, and this is what I am going to input, print hello. After that brackets, here you need to pass arguments if it takes any. My doesn't, so now after this I can finally put dot after that and hit enter, and we got 4. And yes, that's correct. Because in Erlang there is no such thing like return keyword. The value which is returned by functions is always the last expression which is executed in this function. So we obviously can have many expressions in function. So far I have just one, but now let's assign value 4 to variable var, and I want to use it in some different way. And to make that possible, we need to separate expression, and we are doing it by comma. Instead of dot, we are using comma to separate expression which needs to be done after each other. My next expression would be something like that. Okay, I will describe now what I am doing. I added expression at the end of my function. Now the first expression is assigning value 4 to variable var, and next expression I am using module IO and function format, which takes as argument some string, and after that a list of terms which will be passed in places where is tilde p. Tilde n is new line sign in Erlang in this format. Let's see what is going to happen. We need to compile our file to make the new version of our code. And let's call our function print hello. Okay, and we got output number, just like here in my string. And in place of p, tilde p, we got a variable var, which is 4, and that's correct. You can see there is also OK. OK is a returning value of IO format function when everything goes OK. And I think that's all for now. Please stay tuned, and thank you for watching.